Hey guys, Rob and Melissa here with Flea Market Flipper.
Welcome, we're glad you're here.
Hey guys, we had a killer month last month. It was sweet. So we wanted to get on here, tell you guys a couple of things that we flipped, a couple of things we sold, and try to give you guys some tips for what we think contributed to our sales. If you guys followed us last year, some of our months were a little bit slower, were a little bit less money, and we think we figured out a couple of reasons why we had some slow months, and then we've kicked it back up into gear these last 2 months.
Yeah, the last couple months have been really good. And I'm happy with this month. The total gross sales were $17,900.
Sweet!
So that was really exciting.
Yeah.
But we did have, last year we had several months. Normally it's up and down and up and down. We have high months and then low months, but they usually all even out because, you know, they're high months and low months.
Yeah.
But we had several consecutive low months and we were trying to figure out what the heck was going on. So we were like, what's going on, you know? And then you hear some people say, oh, eBay's broken. And I don't think eBay's broken. But we still were like, what is going on for us? So we kind of were digging around and we really attributed it to really three main things that we found that were kind of hurting our eBay sales. And the last 2 months, we've had some really great months. So since we've changed those things, so we just want to talk a little bit about that before we dive into our sales and what we flipped to make that money. Yeah,
one of our big things that we did contribute it to was we were approached last year by a production company to maybe make a TV show. And that took up some time. We did some photo shoots. Plus, in the back of our mind, we didn't know what was going to happen with that. That right now is still, I guess it's in the works, but nothing has come of it yet. So we've done that, and we were planning on moving into our RV for a year with our kids. So those two things right there for the last probably 6 months of the year. 4 to 6 months, I would say, kind of took some of our attention, and we were working on that and focusing on that more than we were focusing on our sales.
Yeah, so your energy was going into fixing the camper. My energy was going into, you know, decluttering the house and selling stuff. We were just selling stuff at yard sales. We had some good yard sales, that's for sure. But just little stuff like that kind of stuff, decluttering. But we weren't as focused on eBay as we should have been. We weren't listing hardly anything. So that was our main focus. And I think the second one that we realized was that we weren't, actually just what I said, we weren't consistently listing stuff on eBay. And eBay really likes it when you're consistent.
Yeah, they do.
They have a search engine, SEO, or search engine Cassini, but what they're doing is they're checking your listings. So Cassini brings up your listings in the search engine. So you want your listings to be optimized. It's called SEO, search engine optimization. But when you don't list consistently,
it drops what they're showing to people. So.
Right. And I mean, there's a lot of factors into it. Mm-hmm. It's not just one thing, but we weren't consistently listing. So we had lots of stuff listed. So we kind of got a little passive about it and weren't listing as consistently.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that I know that was a big thing too. And then the third one was kind of a surprise, which
controversy here.
It could have been the biggest one actually, because we noticed our sales dipped closely after, and then started to go right before. Yeah. But we actually got an eBay store last April. Yeah. And then we stopped our store 2 months ago, right? Yeah. And that pretty much coincided with our sales. Yeah. So I think, which is kind of crazy.
We're not 100% sure that that's what it was, but we looked back and we checked our sales, and when we did do the store, and it might be different for some people who, you know, are posting a ton of stuff, selling a ton of stuff. It might work better for you to have that store, but for us, you know, a lot of our items are high ticket items, and we don't list as much stuff as, you know, people who are in stores and have 1,000, 2,000 things listed. Right. We usually stay 60 to 100 items listed at a time, and that's about it. So once we ended the store, our sales started slowly but surely picking back up.
Yeah.
And we're not 100% sure if this is the case. Like I said, this is our
own findings.
Yeah.
And it was a combination of everything, I think,
Yeah.
was a huge part. And we're definitely not telling people not to have a store, because I think it does make sense for most people.
Yeah.
But we sell...
The whole reason we got the store in the first place was because we were planning on traveling, and we wanted to be able to put all of our items on vacation when we
Right.
traveled. So that was what we did. And that was really the only reason we did get a store.
Yeah.
And when we
Because we
stopped
hadn't had one for 20 years.
Yeah, no, since we've been doing it, so we've never had the store. So
Yeah. But it does make sense for somebody doing a lot of high volume. So
Moving
and we
products, for
don't
sure.
do a lot of high volume.
Yeah.
We do low volume, high profit typically.
Yep.
So it just doesn't make sense for us apparently. So so we got rid of that.
Yep.
And sales have been good the last 2 months, and so we were going to go over last month.
yeah,
The month of March was 17,900 in gross sales.
Sweet.
And what did I tell you? How many items? 1, 2, 3.
I think it was 12 items.
Yep. 13. Sorry.
13
13
items.
items.
So, and
Made
some
up.
of you guys might know one of our best contributors was the Harley Davidson sign that we ended up selling. So that was a sweet sign, sweet sale, and we were super stoked about it, but that definitely pushed us over the top.
Yeah.
But that was one sale out of the 13, and yeah, we still did really well.
Yeah. No, that was a good one. That one was a beast to ship.
It was a beast all around. So, but it's always worth it. It's
But,
worth it
yeah.
when you make the money, make the profit on those. They're
Yeah.
you got to do a little bit more work. Takes a little bit more time figuring stuff out, but it's still by far worth it.
Yeah.
How many people can make that kind of profit on one sale? It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. You had $250 into it,
Yeah.
and then the buyer paid $9,000, and that $1,500 that was for shipping.
Yep.
So we're starting to, with our totals on the blog, we've done income reports in the past, and now we're starting to do more free shipping. Before we never did, so we're starting to do that. So now I have to do all the totals as just the total sale, and then subtract the shipping. That was when we didn't do free shipping on.
Yeah.
He paid for shipping, but it's just a lot easier to keep everything
And
together.
that's something you guys might try. That's probably another tip worth noting. On my larger items, I've been doing free shipping on them, and it seems like they're moving very well. So when you do that, the buyer knows he can click on there, buy it, and he doesn't have to worry about the extra money for shipping. He doesn't have to worry about any of that stuff. And I just make sure I cover my costs on shipping in the price when I list it. And I raise the price a little bit and know that I can get away with $200 to $300 for shipping costs for freight stuff, and I'm all right. So
Most people won't ship that.
no, they
bigger
won't
stuff,
ship it that large. So that's the other thing that you're competing with is other people. But a lot of people will not ship, period, which is always local pickup. And if you're willing to ship and ship it for free, that's double whammy for the buyer. They're really liking your item when that happens. So
For the Harley sign, you had no idea what it was going to cost.
No, I
Because
didn't.
it was a weird one.
I didn't even know if
So-
I'd be able to ship it. We had discussed maybe even driving that thing somewhere if we had to. The other sign I don't think I can ship. It's too big. The other Harley sign that we have. So they do have limits on what they can fit in the back of those 18
We might be
wheelers.
taking a road trip for
Yeah.
that one.
If
We'll
we
see.
if we
Hopefully
sell
it doesn't
it.
sell to
Yeah.
Washington State.
Yeah, if we sell it, then we might have to deliver that one. But anyways, just mess with it a little bit. Mess with a couple of your items. Put the
Yeah.
free shipping in there. Try and raise the price a little bit. Still be comparable to other items that are in there. You don't want to be jacked up on the price higher with free shipping. It doesn't make sense. You got to definitely, if you can do it and be comparable to other items, and try it. Give it a try. See what happens.
Yeah. And we do, you do have it on half probably, right?
Yeah.
Half. So that was our biggest one of the month. And we just can go through some of them really quick.
Yeah.
So our total, so we sold the Up a Baby Vista
Up a Baby Vista stroller.
So that was a good one.
What do we pay on that?
It made $470. That included the shipping too.
Okay,
We paid $20 for that one.
$20.
So that
Strollers, a lot of times, guys.
I like strollers. That was my flip.
If you find them out there and they're cheap, we don't usually spend anywhere from $20 to $40 on a rare occasion. If we find a stroller, a double stroller that's worth a bob. What was that other one we paid a little bit more money for?
The City Select? No.
Yeah, it
Was
was
it
City
City
Select. Yeah, if you find a stroller out there that's worth $400, $500, $600,
In great condition.
in great condition, then we'll spend a little bit more money for them. But yeah, the majority of the time we're only going to spend at tops $30, $35, and the
Right.
majority of it we usually spend about $20 on a stroller. So that's just a tip out there. When you're looking for those strollers, if they're cheap enough, then you should be able to make money, and you can sell strollers very easily on Facebook. Craigslist, OfferUp, all those places are great places. You don't just have to sell them on eBay, because we sell probably strollers, I would say 50-50. Yeah, locally
Facebook
and eBay. So
Yep.
keep that in mind.
Yep. That was a good one. Your golf cart, you had 2 battery chargers. So one was the golf cart, and the other one I didn't write was a battery charger.
Yeah.
Both were 200.
Yeah,
So.
actually, one was a wheelchair charger. If
Okay.
I'm not no, those are both golf carts. Sorry, the wheelchair was a month back or 2 months back.
Yeah, $40 for.
Yeah, we paid $40 a piece for those. That's another great item to look for when you're out there. If you can find them cheap enough, those golf cart chargers are they're.
You've done a couple of those lately.
Yeah, and not the Chinese ones; they're the actual manufacturing ones, the ones that come with golf carts, the expensive ones. So, but typically, I mean, I don't think I've sold one for under $200 since I've been selling them. I've sold probably 5 within the last couple months. But I spend $40 a piece on them, and then turn around and get probably $200 to $350 on the golf cart chargers. So just look for those while you're out there too. That's another great item. We made some good money on those. We paid $40 and sold them for $200.
Yeah. We had another stroller, the Phil and Ted stroller.
Phil and Ted, that's another great brand. You check the model numbers what am I looking for? The specific
the specs.
model.
Yeah, model.
Yeah, the models are a little bit different, but if you find a double Phil and Ted, it's worth a little bit more. But definitely, that's another great stroller to.
They usually
to
make a double quick, like you can snap in the second seat, so they're pretty
lower.
convenient. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The concrete stamps.
Stamps.
So that was just the end of a.
Yeah, that one's been a long time coming. We found a guy who bought those stamps from us, and he's been paying probably for a year. It drew it out a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I made a deal with the guy, and we finally finished up that deal and got our last payment out of him, and shipped them up to him. So that was a good deal.
That was $850 was his last part of that.
Yep.
And then you had 3 big machines that you sold. So the boiler.
Boiler was huge. That was I overdid it on that one. My forklift, and some of you guys know we're a little bit different. We like the bigger stuff. We have a forklift that for the large items, but my forklift barely would pick that thing up. And when you get to the point that you have a hard time, that thing had to be over 5,000 pounds. So because my forklift capacity is 5,000, so
but you just had to lift it up and put it onto his trailer because he came and picked it up.
Yep.
So you didn't have to ship it out on that one.
So that was great. I mean, we made great money on it.
That was $2,500.
We sold it for $2,500. We spent $100 on that. My buddy had to get rid of that. I paid $100 for it and then sold it for $2,500. So that was a great flip.
Yeah. The cooling machine was another big machine, so that was $2,250.
Same story with that. It's a little bit different. Came from an industrial warehouse, and we paid a little bit more. $400 for that one. And then we sold that one for $2,250. So still a great return, a little bit more than I spend. But that item, I thought that item would have sold for over $5,000 because it's a specialty item. But I had it sitting for quite a while, and finally I lowered the price.
Gone.
Yeah, just to try and liquidate some of the stuff. So
get it gone.
That one's out of here.
Yeah. Your last bigger machine was the ice merchandiser
yep.
for $1,500.
One of my connections at the flea market is getting these things quite often now. These ice merchandisers, which if you don't know what they are, they're it's almost like a Coke machine, but they sell bags of ice in it. Or not a Coke machine, a cooler inside of like a gas station with a glass door on the front of them. He's got a couple of them for me recently. So, and usually $100 is what I spent on it. And we paid $100 for this one. And what did we sell it for?
$1,500, yeah.
$1,500. We sold that one for $1,500. So that was another one that I did free shipping on. The guy bought it, paid for it, and shipped up there for free. Didn't cost me that much money to ship. But it was it was very competitive because I priced it underneath some of the other ice merchandisers, and we were able to ship it reasonably where I could price it at that and still make great money on it.
$200 is what it costs to ship it.
To ship it, yeah. So $300. What was that? $300 total, yeah. 2, 3, yeah. So still made $1,200 on it, which I didn't hardly do anything to it. So another great flip. So
then the guitar.
Yeah, a couple small little things. Yeah, the guitar was a small one. We had it for a while. I wasn't sure if I wanted to sell that or keep it.
He has like 5 guitars and he doesn't know how to play.
No, try to learn how to play guitar as I would like to learn how to play guitar. But anyways, we finally sold it and we made decent money on it. What did we end up spending on that?
$25.
25 bucks on that, and sold it for
210.
210 bucks. So still a good flip. Not that big of an item. Pretty easy to. We did a packaging video on that too,
Yeah,
so
it
not
wasn't
that
hard to
difficult
ship.
to ship.
Yeah.
Still made some good money on a smaller item. So
The peroxide cleaners was another small item.
small item, paid $8 for it, sold it for 100. Just a small little box like that with
Of commercial cleaners.
commercial concentrate cleaners, peroxide cleaners. That one of my contacts at the flea market, I bought quite a few cases from him from a closeout deal that he got. And yeah, I paid $8 a case, which was 4 containers inside of it. And yeah, made good money, flipped it.
And the last one I forgot was the Blendtec that you sold for 400.
Blendtec,
400.
we had that one for a while, and I lowered the price. I kept lowering the price on that to get rid of it, and finally somebody jumped on it. Very weird. A lot of our stuff is weird, but this thing was a big blender made for like a smoothie shop. Had a little refrigerator underneath it. So anyways, yeah, it was kind of weird. What did we sell it for?
Well, it was 200, but 200 shipping. So
yeah,
400.
so $400 total with $200 for
shipping.
shipping. So yeah, still we got rid of it. It was about the size of a half the size of a refrigerator. So it was a little bit bigger. It took us a while to sell, but it's gone. So we made money on it.
Yeah, made $200 on it.
That's it.
So our totals for the month were 17,900 in gross sales.
Yep.
And I totaled this up. Everybody always asks, well, what about fees, eBay fees and PayPal fees? So yes, of course, those are a big deal. eBay fees were $1,257. So, but that's really nothing when, you're selling all that stuff.
That's it. When you're into the, thousands, the $17,000, that's a small price to pay for what eBay provides with their service to be able to reach as many people as you can.
Yep. And PayPal fees were $159. And then shipping costs were $1,904. So all of that shipping, almost two grand for that. So our total net was $13,552.
Yep.
So not too bad.
No, not a bad month at all. That was a great month to come off of.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll pick it back up on this month and get some more stuff sold. We definitely have a lot more inventory. Needs to get listed, and but we're out there doing it. So
yeah, now we're back to the grind. So it's all good. So ready for another good month of April.
That's it.
So,
but we want to give you guys some tips. We like to share our wins with you guys. Try to help you out while you're out there looking. Hopefully, some of the stuff you can take to heart and figure out how to implement it into your business every day. That's what we're trying to do is help you guys out. So
and stay consistent listing.
Consistent.
Don't get complacent.
Make relationships with people that you're dealing with. Yeah, that's the big thing. Those are 2 big keys in this business. So keep that up, and it will pay off. Trust me, it will. So
you guys
rock. Thank you for putting up with us and hanging out with us. We hope you guys get some stuff out of this video and it works for you guys. You guys have a great day. We love you guys.
Have an awesome day.
See ya.
Bye.